Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. A little bit of a start to another day. Well, looks like we're going to have ourselves an overcast day. Really not much different from the way it's been from the last few days, except for one thing. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, they are not forecasting any rain. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get rain. It just means that they're not forecasting it. It'd be nice if the rain stopped for a bit. They are having groundwater issues in areas. If you drive up and down streets and back alleys, you see people pumping out low spots and basements. Nice to get some warm weather and get things back to where they are. However, with the warm weather comes everything starting to grow, like grass and weeds and trees and all that stuff. But hey, that's well, the part of spring and the way things roll, right? I can't really, again, do much work on the project today because of the humidity, so I'm going to do probably some running around today eventually. I need to pick up some stuff from the hardware store, so when it dries up, I can hit the project full tilt and well, get things rolling. I have a little bit of a date set in my head for the first trip of the year for this trailer, and I don't, want it to be fully done by then, obviously, because I don't think it's going to be. But there's a couple things I would like to be done in it by the time it rolls down the road. The bed being one, and it would be nice to have a rough countertop area roughed in, just so you have a place for food prep and stuff by the time all that goes. I have to decide, how elaborate I'm going to build the trailer. The interior, obviously. I would like to get a coat of primer on the walls and a coat of paint or two on the walls. As for the cupboards and bed and counter and all that stuff, I'll probably end up priming and painting them out of the trailer if I can, then installing them in the trailer, and then when the time comes and she's all done, I give it one more sand on the cupboards and stuff, and then one more coat of paint. Of course, that probably won't be until late this season, or maybe even as far as next season as well. In the perfect world, a guy would have a big, beautiful, 50 by 50 shop that had something like 12-foot, overhead doors that he could roll something like that into to work on. But in the real world, you make do with what you have. I probably could have had me a garage. However, with having the garage built, a new garage, then you gotta sacrifice other things. And right now, the way the life is going, the other things in my life is what's kind of keeping me going. Really, realistically, would I do much more in a 50 by 50 shop per se as what I do in a little one that I have now? Really, probably not. The fancy shop, of course, would have heat in it and its own power service and stuff, so if and when I did do a serious project, I had everything I would need. However, I wouldn't have a truck, and I wouldn't have an RV, and I wouldn't have other things in my life that are either paid for or paid down. And I think right now, at this stage in my life, it's a lot better to have things that are paid down or paid off or paid for than to still owe a bunch of money and have a fancy new garage. Because, well, if things change, then, well, you know, you hook the truck onto the trailer and pack your favorite underwear and your favorite computer, and, well, away you go, right? And then the rest is basically gone. But pretty much, guys, kind of got ourselves a bit of an overcast day again. Probably going to be a little bit on the cool, humid type of side, but hey, that's the way she rolls. It was down to +3 Celsius last night, so hey, we didn't end up with frost, so again, call that a bonus. They were warning that if you had flowers or so out to cover them on up, but again, with the way the weather changes, we could have unstable weather heading into June. Some months, May long weekend is the turning point, and other months it's you know, unsettled again, you know, into June, so you never know, right? But you guessed her, gonna go in, fire up the old computer, see what's new in the YouTube land, and we'll catch you all then. Well, basically this morning, when it was all wet and cold, humid out, I kind of just denned up for the day. Wasn't really much I could do outside with all the, you know, water and wetness around. I probably could be working on the trailer right now this afternoon, based on the dryness now that is out here. But we will probably put that off until tomorrow. I've just been doing some editing and doing some uploading. The video that was supposed to go live today is the Princess Auto Flyer video, and once more, I got the flyer on Wednesday and totally slipped my mind in shooting the video. You know, it crossed once or twice, as in, you know, thought about it and then gone again, right? And then you come down to the deadline and it's like, oh yeah, didn't I have that video to shoot? So I got her shot and just finishing up editing it. Isn't it funny when you're shooting a video? I find with my content anyway, I could shoot a half-hour video and I'll be lucky if you know, 20 minutes of it actually makes it into the final cut. I'm not sure if you guys, you content creators, find it like that, or if it's just me. Some people are a one-shot video type of channel where whatever they shoot makes it in, regardless of whether it's worth it or not, or a bad clip or not. I try to edit out majority of my bad clips. I know I don't do a professional quality job editing my videos, but at the same time, I try to have them, you know, a certain way. I guess you could call it my style, if you want to say, but really it's just kind of the way she works out. While trying to decide what I want to do for the remainder of the day, I should head her on out to the hardware store and pick up a couple of goodies. Been planning out this here project, the next stage to go in it. There's been zero interest in it on the classified side of things, which is to be expected, because, well, really, nobody wants a cargo trailer with windows in it. Basically, if they're going to have a cargo trailer, it's not going to have windows, because then people can see in and see their motorcycles, see their quads, see their tools or whatever they keep you know, tied up to the D-rings, you know, in that trailer. And people that are making campers and such aren't quite thinking of using this type of base as of right now. I joined a group or two on the social medias, however, a lot of them are based out of the States, not in Canada here. And so, again, once more, I've embarked down a path, if you want to say, of a solo journey. Well, that seems to be the only road that I've ever known, is to stand alone, right? Well, it's gonna be what it is. Like I said, it'll be an interesting project. Not 100% sure how timeline wise or so it'll evolve, but it'll be what it is, and work out how it's going to work out. I have my specifications that I am looking for, and the trailer will work out to, well, that kind of specification. I'm not wanting all that extra weight, all those extra appliances or things to go wrong. Like I've said in earlier vlogs, if I want a microwave, well, I can get one at the local department store for, way under $100. If I want a fridge, Princess Auto has their scratch and dent fridges on sale for under $100. And if it craters, you just go down and buy another one. Because, all these department store microwaves are basically the same type of size, and that way you're not putting out money for a specific fitting RV type of fridge or microwave. I've never yet ran into a need for a microwave in a campsite. Everything I've ever wanted to heat up, I've been able to heat up over a fire, and as per leftovers, well, there isn't any. Either I don't cook a lot when I'm out camping, or any of the leftovers I have, I either heat up on the barbecue or eat later on that day. But pretty much, guys, we'll have to see how the remainder of the day unfolds. I need to make a run out to do a couple more things besides the hardware store. We'll have to see how the upload progresses. Providing that goes good, then a guy can focus on other things. If the rendering or editing software be's a pain, then I gotta spend that extra time fighting with it to get it to work, which means then maybe no running out today. So gonna go in, see what's what, and you guessed her, probably see y'all later. We come to the end of another day. Well, it was a good day. A little bit of a quieter one once again. Not much you can do when, well, it's been raining and wet, right? Well, good news, the rain didn't show up today. They're not forecasting rain for a couple days now, so maybe a guy can get out and do some painting. I did venture on out and take care of a couple things that needed to been took care of, as well as while I was out, I stopped by the hardware store and picked up some paper so I can sand the tight corners that needed to be sanded with a specific type of sander. One thing I'll tell you is sandpaper sure is not cheap anymore. I suppose maybe you could find it online, or maybe buy a larger quantity somewhere else and get it for, a little bit less a sheet. However, sometimes you don't use a lot of that specific size of paper, and sometimes it's just more hassle to have it around than it is just to buy the smaller quantity. So of course, if I wake up wide-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow, then, well, I'll get some sanding done on the trailer. I would like to, in theory, have the sanding done, cleanup done, and everything masked off by the end of the day, and then tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, I suppose, put the first coat of primer on it. Finishing an inside of a utility grade cargo trailer, it's going to be a little bit of a headache because, well, they weren't really meant to be pretty. They're meant to be used full of oil and gas and equipment, or, snow machines and stuff. But I suppose a guy could probably pry off that 3/8 plywood. If it's not even called plywood, it's called something else. And replace it with an actual, paint grade plywood, or even oak or something. But at the same time, that's an extra cost right now that doesn't need to be really dealt with. There's several things that I could do. You could insulate it while it's open. You can run 12 volt wiring or even 110 wiring in the walls. But again, you know, if you're not going to have extensive electrical, then why run the wiring right now, right? I think we'll just take it small, play it by ear, and see how things work out as they progress. But pretty much, guys, gonna end her all here. Today was a good one. Tomorrow, well, is another one, and around we roll. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.